Hello and welcome back to the Level 7 Games podcast.
Where we, John and John, talk about video games, movies, and literally anything else possible.
This guy here is a professional editor. Game reviewer.
How to make it through a disaster, you know? Oh, son of a... So much blood! That is...
And one of the sexiest men alive.
Why, thanks. And this guy owns and operates some of the best and most successful video game stores in all of Colorado. Dare I say, the United States.
Oh my god, maybe.
Of America.
With 4 different kinds of oatmeal. And it's hot! Oh! If no one will listen.
Oh! And we got something for everybody. I know all you kiddos out there love your damn video games, yeah? Yeah? Well, alrighty, let's get on with this.
What's the point of this podcast? We go back and forth talking about what's happening at the 3 stores, what's happening in the world, what's happening in our lives. Because you know what? We know that you care so much.
So much.
You all care so much.
So fucking much.
I wish you would care more. That's not true.
That would be good. I wish. That is true for me.
You know what I also am is hungry.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
Is
made
that
the
hungry part hitting you now?
Yeah, we made the mistake of smoking weed before we started the podcast, and now I got the monk cheese.
The monk cheese.
The monk cheese. Can we cut so I can go get something to eat? Just like some chips or something?
Yeah.
I'm gonna eat like a sandwich real quick because I'm
Dude,
like,
you're fine.
My stomach is.
All right, but in this episode, we are going to be talking about 420. That's what today is.
Hey.
I know you're going to see this a day later. Sorry, that's just the way it happened this year. We're going to cover a whole bunch of stuff, including our favorite spots to hide weed, one of our favorite times, favorite first memories of getting high, our smoking song, and a couple of reviews.
Yeah, and we should talk about first time you played a video game and you were like, whoa, high.
Playing a video game high?
Look, it's weird for me. I don't usually talk about being high publicly. Right. So for me, it's kind of odd. I'm like,
Yeah.
Yes. Look, I'm just going to be honest. I grew up in the 90s. There was a war on drugs.
They were killing the fuckers.
They killed people.
Yeah, that's truth. But
for as much as I want to be the rebellion guy who's just like, yeah, I do what I want, it's still weird. I'm like, oh, yeah, well, yes, I've smoked the devil's hash. Mm-hmm.
The left-handed cigarette?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But anyhow.
And then definitely hang out until the end to hear some pretty exciting news that we got coming up. Maybe around May 4th.
It's not Star Wars themed.
It's not Star Wars themed. Sorry.
Although, it could be.
Yeah, it could be.
Anyhow, so
yeah, let's hop into this first topic of you could put your weed in there.
God.
Or, actually describing it. Where's your favorite spot to put your weed?
True. It's changed over the years. It really has. I think it's now it's all about convenience and safety.
Yep.
Before it was about what's the most ridiculous hiding place I can think of?
Yeah, when you had to hide it.
That's true. Yeah. When you really had to hide it.
Yeah. The different kind of had to hide it.
True, yeah, like when the DEA's busting into your house and they're like,
every day.
Put your fucking hands in the air! Put your fucking hands in the air! Stop resisting!
I'm sorry!
Stop resisting!
I don't think I am!
And then your life ends.
Yeah. That PSA was fucked up.
Yeah,
I remember that one.
Rest in peace, Uncle Charlie. Anyhow,
If I had some meat, I'd pour it out for you.
You go first.
Okay, so
all of that to say, You go first.
Fantastic. Back in the day, before it was legal, and you had to hide it from everyone, not just your children, because I also didn't have any children. I kept.
Wait, you hide it from your children? That's fucked up, dude.
Of course I do.
I'm just kidding.
I had this freaking awesome like cigar tube.
Oh,
That,
true.
like a metal one that I kept. It was like one of my first cigars ever, and it was super fancy one for some reason.
True.
And after that, yeah, I just kept my weed in there because nobody went looking through cigar stuff.
That's true. I mean, unless you were looking for a cigar,
Right, but
why would they be looking
Right.
for your cigar?
exactly.
They'd be like, "Where's John's cigar?" They'd be like, "This isn't a cigar. This is weed." I think John's confused as to the purpose of the cigar capsule.
I know it wasn't a smart idea, but it's what I did.
I mean, it's not a dumb idea. I'm just talking shit. I'm just like,
And really,
what if this person? What's the scenario where the person finds it? You know,
where they find the cigar tube?
right? Where they're
They
like
might go through
looking
my
for
shit.
the only reason why would be is if they're looking for a cigar, your cigar specifically.
Yeah.
They're like, we need to know where it is. Did he keister it?
Yeah.
It's possible.
That's what gave it flavor.
I would have. You're like, I would have if there wasn't so much weed in there.
But yeah, that was pretty much my only hiding place. And then I stopped smoking for like a decade and a half or so. And now, not decade and a half, decade. And now, the only place I keep it is in my pistol box, which only unlocks with my thumbprint. Because my kids cannot find it
Right.
or get to it.
Right.
Because, yeah, some of them look like fucking starbursts. Shit like that, so.
You're talking about the weed candies?
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about the bullets.
No. There are bullets in there, too, but that's for a totally different situation.
Right. Yeah, you don't want to smoke one of those.
No. Please don't put a bullet in any form of smoking apparatus.
Especially a gun. Right?
Yeah. There is that anti-weed PSA about the kid that was playing with the gun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, what happened?
He shot himself.
On purpose?
I don't think so. Because he was high, and they're like, you're dumber when you're high. Oh, I wonder what this does. And he, like, shot himself. I can't remember exactly how
I
that
think
went.
the stone kid watching that was just like, yeah, he's right. I'm pretty fucking dumb. What do they think? Like, fuck you.
Right? Who was...
Like, who's dumb enough to fucking, like...
If you have a gun in your house, you have been taught at some point to not fucking touch it.
First of all, I don't believe that to be true at all. I think that most people don't know how to handle a gun that own them. Which, is their fucking right. I don't give a shit.
Right.
But I don't think they know how to properly handle a weapon.
That's a good point.
Not that I'm some kind of fucking Navy SEAL or something, but you know what I mean? Like, did you clear your fucking weapons, sir? Like,
I work for a living. You will call me sergeant. Sorry.
I may work at level 7 games, but I demand respect.
Heard that one before.
That'd be sweet. That'd be kind of cool. Like if we assigned ranks at the store.
Oh.
Like rather than positions, like you're not like a sales lead or a manager. It's like
You're a sales sergeant.
lieutenant. I can be the admiral.
Yup.
I'll be President John. I'd be vice president. Alicia's president.
Oh, that's
I mean, she already does have that title, so I can't take that.
so you'd be FOTUS. No, wait.
Yeah.
Instead of POTUS.
Whoa, dude.
POTUS? Wait.
What has she been telling you? You know about my POTUS?
No. But yeah, that one. Sorry, I never had any really good ones. I had a really dumb one, and now it's just the safest hiding spot. So there you go.
Nothing safer than a gun.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know. My shit always moves around. Like, I always put my stuff up really high. Not me, like up high in the air. So it's like I like to hide stuff up high because it's like usually I'm the only one that can reach it in the house.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to think. I don't know. Like, when we lived at the old house, I don't know. There's stuff in the garage. I don't know. I don't really have like a specific spot. I'm kind of ADHD with my
Damn.
hiding spots. I don't want to like. I never want to be too predictable. You know what I mean? If you're gonna hide something properly, you got to move it. Like, what's harder to find than something that doesn't have a specific spot? You know what I mean? It's like a
That's
serial
true.
killer. You never want to like.
Yeah, they don't just live in that house for decades.
Right.
And they keep finding abandoned ones or really cheap hotel rooms.
Exactly. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, currently I just have a nice little my liquor cabinet that I don't drink anything out of, but I put my stuff in there because I'm like, well, kind of makes sense that
Meh.
the imbibing stuff goes here. Keep all the
Not
the fuck me
memorabilia.
ups in the same cabinet. So
Yeah.
that's I guess it's kind of hard to be like hiding stuff. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
True.
Does kind of feel like a weird question now because you don't have to hide it unless you have kids.
Right, and if you're hiding it from kids, kids are fucking dumb. They can't find anything. They're smart, but I can hide stuff so easily from my kid. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I can't. He keeps finding everything.
Really?
Yeah.
You gotta hit him more.
That's probably true. And I don't know if you guys have noticed, but we are a little bit high right now.
What?
What? I know.
People are gonna be like, "Wait, this is how John always is."
It's like, no, I'm not. But yeah, for 420, I decided to find some of the. I think it's one of the highest percentage THC strands in Colorado, if my research was correct. And got myself some Sour Patch Kids strand, which is at 33% THC,
Ooh, sour.
which is
And it doesn't even tear up the inside of your mouth like real Sour Patch Kids.
right. You don't get that weird film that's all in there, and
What? What are you talking about?
talk about the damn candies.
I don't
Like
know
the
about.
sugar like coats my tongue in a weird way or something.
True, that's called open sores because sugar and salt and shit just tearing your
What?
mouth apart. Yeah.
Well, that sucks.
Yep.
But yeah, this weed is definitely pretty fantastic. It's been a lot more of a giggly weed.
True. I've been giggling a whole lot.
Yeah, apparently it made John hungry. It's got
Yeah.
that little bit of effect to it.
I did have to stop the podcast at the beginning and say, I'm sorry, I have to go get a sandwich.
Yeah.
That wasn't me talking. I was in a fugue state when that happened. I was just like, receipt. It was like, remember at the beginning of Men in Black when he's like, sugar water. That was Edgar.
Needing more sugar.
I was
in the
just
water.
Edgar. I was like, sugar the water. Yeah. Hey, I think that was Vincent D'Onofrio who played that.
I think so.
That's tight. He's good.
He's actually a really good actor. I was shocked to learn he was in a whole lot of things besides Men in Black when I was a kid.
True.
So I never really saw him, and then it was like, oh, it's that guy.
Yep.
But yeah, that the Sour Patch Kids it's good stuff. I think is the point that I'm trying to say.
It's true. It's true. That is the point you're trying to say. I agree.
Yeah.
Good
good.
job,
Good.
Sour Patch
Some-
Kids weed brand fucking strain. You did it. You did the thing that you were created to do.
Yeah.
Unlike me, I've yet to take over the world.
The other one that I decided to smoke today because it's 420.
Every day.
Did a little bit of wake and bake while I was working.
It's true.
Dude, that one made me paranoid as fuck.
Yeah.
And it's called the Red-Headed Stranger. And I gotta tell you, that was not a giggle weed. That was somebody just fucking saw me do this, and I'm gonna get arrested.
I think somebody gave me a redheaded stranger once.
Yeah.
Nah, I wouldn't let somebody do that to me.
No. Dude.
Not without at least $40 involved.
But yeah, That one freaked me out. And it's a 22%. I think that one may have even hit me harder than the Sour Patch, just because the Sour Patch was more of a enjoyment.
Enjoyment weed.
Yes, and the
Enjoyment.
redheaded strangers, fucking
Yeah, sometimes you want to be paranoid though.
paranoid.
It's like sometimes you're in the middle of it and you're like, why do I do this to myself? But then you do it again and you're like, oh yeah, it's kind of like a little adrenaline rush when you're like afraid everyone's watching you and you're very self-conscious. It makes you introspective in a weird way, I think. That typically we can't put our minds in that space to really look at ourselves and be like, I mean, I think it's healthy to occasionally feel super self-conscious and anxious. I think that's like a normal feeling for people. I think a lot of people are like, oh, I have social anxiety, I'm so different. But it's like, I think everybody has varying degrees of social anxiety depending on the situation, right? Like,
Of course.
some people are better in court, some people are better in church, some people are better in fucking public, some people know how to
Man, you
treat
hit
a
all
waiter,
Oh, there's an extra one. I was
What?
going to say, you hit all three of extremely creepy, not creepy, to comfortable.
I mean, it's all over the place. I could keep going, but it's like, I think the weed, especially the paranoia weed, will sometimes send you into a headspace that you're really like, are my teeth yellow? You know what I mean? Otherwise, you would have never even thought that. And then you start brushing your teeth or something, but it's like, I don't know. Occasionally, I think there is positivity that comes out of like a weird self-consciousness. It doesn't have to be positive feelings all the time. Sometimes you have negative feelings towards yourself, and something like a strong anxiety about it will make you do something about it. And weed's definitely like, maybe be like, yeah, well, I'm gonna do some push-ups today.
I see what you're saying.
Whereas normally I'd be like, whatever. So that's my speech on how weed makes me stronger.
Fantastic. I love it.
Ta-da.
All right. So, speaking of us just being high today, I also wanted to talk about one of our earliest memories that was a little bit more
what's the most,
funny
like-
or something.
Yeah, like
a little bit more standout. Early memory of getting high, because not everybody's first time getting high is very fun. Sometimes it sucks.
True. I think that's true.
So,
Yeah. Okay, you go first.
okay. One of the first times I got high, I think I'd only done it like one time before or something like that. And I went to this party, and one of my friends was like, "Hey, do you wanna get high tonight?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'll get high. I'll just take a couple of hits, because last time it really fucked me up after one." And she's like, "Okay, cool. Well, the only thing I have to smoke it is this." And she pulls out a fucking gas mask like bong.
Yeah. And you're like, okay.
I was like, and of course I liked her, so I wasn't gonna just like puss out and be like, "No, can we take the gas mask off or something?"
Yeah, it's like, why do we have to use this?
And holy fuck, that got me so high that night. I do not remember what the hell happened after that.
True.
Because when you have the gas mask, it goes into your eyes, up your nose, in your mouth.
Not the way it should be, the way God intended.
Shit. I was not prepared for that. And that one was crazy. That was one of those both enjoyable but like I think I did too much moment.
Dude. Yeah, there's a couple of those. Normally mine's always just like where I'm like, what am I doing with my life? And then I'm like been there for 4 hours with that same thought, and then I'm like, oh yeah, I'm not high anymore. Okay, carry on.
I can be done with this pity party I got going on.
Exactly, and it's always just like, what's the next step for John? Really? What do I want? Like, and then it's just like, who cares? Nobody cares. The world turns without you, motherfucker. Keep going. It's like, yeah.
So
That's
yeah,
a good story. Gas mask, man.
yeah.
I like it.
Definitely don't do the gas mask if it's one of your first times getting high. That would be my advice. I mean, you do you if you want, but Hot damn.
I have no advice. Don't listen to anything I say, and do never emulate anything I do. So I thought my dog died one time.
Oh,
So,
no.
So you remember Sadie, right?
Yeah.
She's dead now. But at one time,
Not from this story.
this isn't the story where she died. I could tell that later. I'll tell it now. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, just one time, I was just hanging out. We were smoking some weed, oh, and
Yeah.
it's hard to say that and be like, oh hell yeah, I was blazing up. You know what I mean? I don't want to be like trying to play it like I'm cool.
Like it's just totally normal.
I mean, it is
Although it is
totally
totally normal, though.
Yeah, I'm abnormal. That's fine.
I see.
Anyhow, okay, so the weed was involved. I was hanging out, and then I went to I was upstairs, and I saw my dog, and then I thought she was dead, and she just didn't appear to be breathing. So I woke up Alicia
Oh.
to tell her that the dog had died.
Oh no.
I didn't even check. I didn't like.
Oh god.
I was so like, I didn't want to touch her. I don't know. I was like freaked out by the whole thing. I was like, leash. And Leash don't wake up. She does not wake up like a normal person where she's like, oh, huh, what? Her shit's like,
Krista does the same shit.
and I'm like, who do you think wants to kill you? Who do you think is interested in killing you? Anyhow, so she wakes up out of some fucking dreaded nightmare where she's being, mutilated or something in a hurry, and I'm like, I tell her, I think Sadie's dead. And she's like, oh my god. She starts crying and shit, and then Sadie walks in the room. And she's like, you're a fucking asshole.
Like, oh god, zombie dog.
And I was like, oh yeah. Your high brain's just like, it pieces things together just a little too late, but it's kind of funny.
I did just see her walking.
Oh yeah, I didn't check. I just thought she looked dead enough that I was like, she's dead. That's that. I've decided. My brain was like, okay, yep. And that's probably why high people shouldn't be, EMTs.
Oh.
They'd be like, show up and just be like, yeah, he's definitely dead. And you're like, no, I'm not. I'm fucking bleeding out though. And he'd be like, oh, that dude is the deadest I've ever seen.
Sometimes air escapes from their mouths after they've died, and it sounds like words, but it's...
Oh, and spit, apparently. Yeah, he's spitting on me.
This is all normal. Eventually, the fingernails are going to come out all creepy, too. He's going to look like a vampire.
Every time.
Eh.
But yeah, I don't know. I don't have a lot of weed stories because I don't smoke a lot of weed in like public. And I don't go to a lot of parties.
I got you.
And I haven't been smoking weed for like a super long time either.
I mean, did you want another weed story?
I mean, go do it up, bro. You got better weed stories than me. I guarantee it.
Yeah.
My weed stories suck. I would smoke by myself at home all the time and then just like diddle on the guitar. I'm not fucking.
Well, in the earlier days when I was still a fucking retard, apparently, I was smoking a bowl with a girlfriend in my van at the time, which, fantastic vehicle. I don't know why that... What the hell is up with people making it weird about owning a van?
I think it's because you can move so many bodies
Oh.
in it.
Well, yeah.
If you needed to.
Oh.
If you needed to.
Yeah, I had a futon in the back, and I, insulated the whole back.
You don't still have it, do you? 'Cause
No.
I might need to move some.
I mean, we could get it back.
Okay.
But we smoked,
Some.
4 bowls worth of weed. I don't know why the fuck we kept smoking, but we were in downtown smoking weed like crazy. And
Downtown Denver?
No, downtown Laramie.
Oh, okay.
So
So,
it's
you
like
guys were at like Village Square or whatever. There was like
It's like a 3-block radius.
like a statue of a cockatoo or something in the middle.
That'd be too interesting. There are no statues.
Yeah, the mailbox.
Yeah. What we have is just a non-functioning train station.
You guys don't have like a Times Square like billboard. You just have like a 19-inch black and white TV on a TV stand in the middle, just showing reruns of Conan.
That's exactly right. So I don't know why we did that right after a date, and then she's like, "Okay, well, I actually do have to go home now because I got to work at like whatever in the morning." And I was like, "Fuck, we got to drive now." She's like,
Dude.
yeah, I gotta go home. It's
And you're like, damn, walk. You're like,
I should have told her that. That's why there was a futon in there, so I could just pass out in the van, and then I never drove anywhere.
So poor. Yeah.
And I know this was like 20-year-old me,
Right. You're like,
so
wow,
this wasn't like last year or anything. And man, we started driving to her house.
I assume that you were in Laramie and you haven't been there in a while, so
Yeah. So I started driving her to her house, and it normal time is around 15 minutes or something like that. So I keep looking at the clock, and it's been like 30 minutes. I'm like, where the fuck are we right now? She'd just be like, I don't know. Go that way. I was like, okay. And then, just for example, like we drive past 15th, and then like 12 minutes later, you come up on 15th Street again, and I'm like, what the fuck just happened? I didn't turn once. And both me and her were like freaking out. And eventually I just like got out of the car and I looked around. And I was like, I'm in the spot I should be. And I drove away already. Where are we going? So eventually we finally get there. And I let her out of the van and she's like, how long did that take? And I looked down at my watch and it had actually only been like 14 minutes. But if to both of us, it felt like it was like a 3-hour trip.
like an eternity.
Yeah. It was
Yeah.
weird as fuck.
We does that sometimes. Where you'd be like, okay, I gotta do this, then I gotta do this, and then I gotta fucking play the guitar, and you're like, cool, it's been 6 minutes.
Yeah.
You're like, holy shit. I'm the most productive I've ever. It's weird. It gives you like weird weed energy for like, it slows down time for like exactly, I don't know, an hour. And then once you hit that hour, it expires and you expire. And it's just like, okay. Now the only side effects that are left over are you being sleepy and hungry. That's it. There's none of the benefit part where you're like, whoa, I can really feel creative. Oh my God. Like, look at the colors. That starts to dim out and you're just like, just go into a stupor, like it like heightens all of your senses so much to the point where you're just like, oh, I can't.
Yeah. I've definitely had that happen a couple of times. Where you feel like you're all moving, like your body, like part of you's moving somewhere. And then you like look down and it's your hand that's just not doing anything.
Yeah, I think that's called a stroke.
Oh. Speaking of all this fun getting high stuff, do you have a smoking song that every time you get high, you really want to listen to it, or in another fashion where whenever you hear this song, it just makes you want to get high?
I don't know. I guess I would have to think about that. I wasn't ready for that song or that question. You go first. Do you have one?
I do have one, and one of them that, so I have two of them really. I think I have one of each. So the one that makes me want to get high every time I hear it is "Sitting Sideways" by Paul Wall,
Okay.
and it's just because of Grandma's Boy, and that was like really the first time I was smoking like era, and man, every time we watched that movie, we'd get Monster, sour gummy worms, and we just fucking a day of it. But yeah, that song's in there, and every time I get high now, or every time I hear that song, I just want to get high, drink Monster, and have sour gummy worms.
I mean, that sounds fantastic.
Right?
I would say maybe not so much a song specifically. Like, I usually listen to podcasts and shit. So, like, I'll listen to music and stuff after I'm high, but I'm not, I don't know, trying to focus on a song. Like, sometimes I will. But I think if something makes me think about weed, it's Bone Thugs and Harmony. Just the way those dudes sound sounds high to me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah.
They're always just like, and I'm gonna love everybody, and I'm gonna give it. They just sound like they're just like fucking just going, just flow. The flow is just so sick that they just That's my like. That's the high sound to me is just Bone Thugs.
Nice.
I don't know why. I mean, I do know why. It makes perfect sense because those dudes were high as fuck, guaranteed, and I can tell.
All the time.
Yeah, exactly. And they got that sick, nasty flow. So there it is. There you have it.
I got you. That's fantastic.
Yeah, I think that's all I got.
I got you. Yeah. I think my other song is definitely the if I'm kind of freaking out and I really have to just calm down. Echo the Dolphin soundtrack, Sega CD.
True.
Shit.
True.
That song just like makes everything else stop. It's fucking weird.
I might have to listen to it.
Yeah. And I think it's mainly because that was one of the songs that I started using when I had to kind of anger manage myself during COVID. I would use that with like a Cucaloris or a thing that puts like the water shapes on the ceiling. And then I would just like for 30 minutes just sit there, listen to the soundtrack, stare off into this like ocean of nothing.
Yeah, I just punched drywall.
Yeah. That doesn't sound as healthy, I think.
It's cathartic as fuck, my guy.
Yeah.
My friend Kyle taught me all about it.
Is Kyle dead?
He's gonna be.
Oh god.
Yeah, I don't know. I play guitar. I've been lately. I got all my guitar shit hooked up again, so I'm happy about that. But that's what I've been doing to try to break myself.
Yourself.
Because it's like you gotta really pull yourself out, right? Like it's hard to think about anything except for what you're playing when you're playing a song.
Right.
It like really forces you to be like you're doing this or you're not. And so
I see. So it's kind of like your focus.
it is. It's
How you
it's like pulling me out of my own head and to focus onto something more constructive and truly more impactful than what I'm probably stressing about. Which is usually just some benign daily bullshit of an email that I didn't sit well or something stupid. You know what I mean? Some stupid bullshit.
Right.
Some goofy social interaction that I'm overthinking. And then I could be like, oh yeah, that doesn't matter. I'm an idiot.
Yeah.
True.
Oh, nope, never mind. That train of thought just went to literally nowhere.
You're like, oh, I've diff. Never mind.
Yeah.
You guys, I guess I haven't diff. Damn, bro.
This message brought to you by Pepsi.
This message brought to you by weed.
Yeah. Holy fuck.
Mom, Dad. I forgot.
I literally don't know what I was going to say to you.
It's the fourth time this week, honey. I'm worried. Like, something is really bothering him.
Nah. Wait. But yeah, let's see. I don't really know of anything else to talk about 420. I feel like those are mainly the things that I think about whenever I get high.
I feel like at this point, it's kind of like, like it used to be like a whole thing. You know what I mean? There was like a stigma to weed and stuff, and so it was like almost like this rebellious lifestyle.
Right.
Whereas like it kind of came with you had to have a dealer, and then there was like the problems that came with that, and then you have multiple dealers or however people would get their weed. You know what I mean? Like at the time I didn't get a lot of weed that way.
Right.
By the time that I started smoking weed, it was already like pretty legalized, and I had friends that had the medical license, and then they just legalized it. So it was like, okay, whatever. This is not inconvenient for me, but I definitely have to like drive people around and see that life of like, oh man, I gotta hunt down some weed, and then I gotta try to find someone who knows how to roll a joint.
Oh yeah.
Because not everybody had fucking bowls. You know what I
No.
mean? Like a bowl was like a thing that 1 out of every 10 weed smokers had or whatever. You only had it at home. You didn't carry it around with you because weed wasn't accessible enough to carry around with you.
Yeah.
Like, it's just really odd how different that entire culture has become, where it's just like we're talking about it on the podcast, and it's like, to me it's kind of strange because, again, I was part of I lived through the war on drugs, veteran.
Yeah.
I got my stripes. I got my stripes in the war on drugs. You know how many DARE presentations I had to fucking sit through?
Oh my God. At least we got, did yours at least have like a restaurant where you could go and get free meals?
No.
We had a place called Wingers in Laramie that if you had that junior's DARE card, they'd give you a free kids meal every time you went in there.
Damn.
We did it like 3 times a week. That shit was, that was amazing. That was the whole reason DARE existed.
They're like, these fucking guys again.
I know, we were even doing it in high school.
They're like, God, I wish you would just do some drugs already.
Dang it.
That way you can't use the fucking discount shit anymore.
Oh yeah, we were a group of young Mormon lads. There was no smoking or drinking in our group until later.
You guys sound boring as fuck.
And then I got drunk and fucking high as hell.
You're like, fuck this shit.
Yeah, and then I was like, oh man, what I was doing before sucked dick.
You're like, this is great. They are liars.
Yeah, so that was always fun. I remember my dealer was actually a friend that worked at a GM with me.
Ah.
So it was perfect because I'm pretty sure he kept that whole town in weed.
Yeah.
And then, like, eventually I lived with him for a little bit. And I was like, he just would get shit in. Be like, oh, this one's supposed to taste like strawberry. You want to try it with me? And we just burn a bowl right there and chill for a while. We did that, like, every day. He's like, I got some lemon juice shit. You want to try that?
10 years later.
Oh, dude.
That's when you had dreadlocks, right?
Yeah. No. That was, I think that was maybe like a year of that. And then I joined the military, came back from basic training, and my friends around were just like, yeah, dude, he left the country. I was like, why? Where the fuck did he go? I'm like, oh, he had to flee to Europe.
Hell yeah.
It's like, what?
Julian Assange.
Yeah.
That was his name. That was his name, Julian Assange.
There's another one of my friends at
Edward Snowden.
At GM. It's like, yeah, dude, we don't know where to get weed anymore. I literally can't find it.
You're like, I'm moving to Denver.
Yeah. I was like, sweet, good thing I'm going to Carolina.
Hey, I'm fucking out of here. This sucks. See you suckers later. Sucks to suck. Bye.
Yeah, it was fucking weird to hear that he was like that important, because like in every circle of friends that I had, they were all like, dude, we don't know where to get weed now. Like none of us.
Dude, one of my best friends, he was like a dealer for a bunch of people, and I didn't smoke weed at the time, so I didn't fucking care. But I had to like be around just the whole thing, right? Just the
whole
annoying
transaction.
people showing up at his house at random times, and like I would be at his house all the time just playing guitar or whatever, and then people just fucking show up, and it was just so weird. It's like when your house becomes a retail location, it's just different vibes, you know what I mean? It's like you're always hosting and always kind of like off-put in a weird way, and then certain people were like extremely friendly, and then other people you're extremely guarded, and so it's very like, up
just
and
take
down.
the Snickle Fritz and leave.
Yeah, a very inconsistent life, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where, some people you don't even fucking let them in the house, you just give them the shit at the door. Like, you perceive this and you're like, it's very stressful. Why do you live this way? You can't, like, sure, selling weed is like not hard per se, right? Like, at the time it wasn't, but it was also, it was fucking work.
Dude, yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know how the more you talk about it like that, it's like, yeah, I don't even know how the hell he had a normal job and did that. It was a small town. There weren't that many needs. I know how.
Yeah.
Especially during summers and breaks, because then we had none of the university kids there.
Fucking tourists.
Yep. So yeah, good times. Good times getting high.
Yeah, I had some good times. Been having these good times. Here's the thing. As like sometimes, it's like sometimes you're just freaking out. Sometimes you smoke some weed and you're just like, oh my God, I didn't fucking do this thing. And I'm supposed to do this today. It makes you think of things that you wouldn't have thought of before.
Oh yeah.
Like your grandma or something. Yeah, have you had the emotional high where you're like, I'm such a fucking bad grandson.
I definitely had one about my grandpa at one point.
See?
Yeah.
Those are the bad ones, right?
Where you're just like, I was like, oh my God.
Sorry, I don't mean to laugh.
I can't do anything.
I'm just laughing because it's like you wouldn't have got in there. And that's what I mean by the self-reflecting part of you. It almost makes sometimes people more sentimental in a way that they usually don't allow themselves to be, like less guarded.
Yeah.
And think about things that they wouldn't normally. And then they can come out of that and be like, oh man,
That's good to know.
I shouldn't have told that guy to go fuck himself or whatever.
He's just the guy handing out nickels.
Yeah, he just gave me a nickel and I was like, that's it? And he's like, this is what I do. I'll be like, well, get a new fucking job, loser. You suck at it. And he'll be like, what are you talking about? Did you not get your nickel? As I spit in his face.
Damn.
Sorry.
Nickel guy's been having a rough day if that's how that went for you.
We're talking about the lead singer of Nickelback, right?
I don't know. Somebody with that much compassion shouldn't be able to make that kind of music.
Here, look at this photograph. Okay. Well, anyhow, yeah, I don't know.
All right. Well, happy 420, everyone.
Yeah, video games are cool too.
Hopefully you've been safe and not, doing stupid shit.
Yeah, don't do stupid stuff.
Yeah. Don't do some of the stupid shit that I did. That was too stupid.
Yeah, super dumb. Yeah, if you're going to smoke weed responsibly at home and don't drive your car or a bicycle.
Yep.
Or a motorcycle.
Bicycle.
Like a tripod bike.
Oh. Like a trike.
Those trikes are cool. Or like a wagon.
Yeah.
I don't know if you could... Do you think you could operate a boat at low speeds?
What?
Well, when you're high. I'm just saying, like, I'm telling these people to be safe, but it's like... I'm just like, you're on a pontoon boat. Maybe if you're not responsible. If you're not responsible for the lives of others, like if you're on this pontoon boat by yourself, do what you want. Live your life. Get high on the boat.
Fuck yeah. Dude, getting high... Oh. Have you been high in the ocean yet?
I would never do that. That sounds awful.
No?
That dude.
Oh yeah, you have a thing about water.
What? Have you been? Okay. Oh my god.
What?
I don't want to start this, but dude, have you been on a cruise before?
No, I have not been on a cruise.
Okay. I've been on one. It's fucking awful. First of all, I've never been so terrified in my life to be on this floating fucking tub in the middle of the goddamn ocean, just getting splashed around like an idiot. And I'm like, why am I here? This isn't how I want to die. Like, it's just too possible for nature to murder you out in the ocean. You stand no fucking chance as a land-dwelling mammal. We do not belong in the ocean.
I didn't mean like go dive 600 feet into the ocean or anything, but...
Oh, you mean like at the beach?
I just mean, like the beach.
Yeah, beach is tight.
Oh, okay. Because, we did that when we were in Mexico a handful of times. And holy fuck, that's the kind of shit that dreams are made of. You're just kind of floating there in the water.
Oh, Mexican weed.
That Mexican weed. You got a ton of frozen margaritas.
Throw it into a campfire. Breathe the smoke.
Hell no, dude. We went into the freaking...
What?
Went to like the convenient... Or no. What the hell are they called? Souvenir store. Mm-hmm. A Gift shop. There it is. Gift shop. Went to the gift shop in our giant ass like resort, and we found this fucking awesome skull pipe. And that was how we operated that whole week.
There it is.
It was a good time. It was
Great
like,
oldies.
Yeah, it was like $7.
Worth
It's
it.
just like 2 different kinds of stone. Then they like beveled into
Shit,
it.
3 different kinds of stoned.
Riviera
See what I did there?
Maya. Yeah. So there you go.
This isn't stone. This is made out of wood. No, I'm just kidding. All right. here you go.
Petrified wood. It's good stuff.
Well, fantastic. Happy holidays, everyone. May God bless your soul. God bless us, everyone.
You trying to be done?
Oh, no, I'm not trying to be done.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Let's see. Okay, so last week I wanted to talk about Sonic 2,
Oh,
movie.
yeah, that's right.
but we kind of went on way too long last week.
True.
Or just the right... I can't remember.
I don't know.
But it felt like we couldn't get into another topic. So
True.
here we are talking about Sonic 2, and I'm going to give you a kind of a no spoilers review.
Sonic go fast. Sonic
It
wins.
was dope. Really, the only thing that is another Sonic movie. Bunch of fun, really awesome characters. It was written well. I enjoyed it. The only problems I had with it were some of the CG looked not good in parts, which was weird. It's like, how did you do it better when you had to redo all of the CG before the movie came out for the first one? And then the second one, it seems like they rushed it a little bit.
Well, they realize kids are fucking stupid and they don't care that much.
Oh, yeah, that's probably true.
They're like,
And then
yeah.
Then the only other part of that movie that I did not enjoy was they really focused on like that lady with
Biggs the cat?
No, it was just
Amy.
the main character's wife's sister in the first one, the one that they like tie up in the apartment and just leave her.
No,
You don't remember that?
not at all.
Okay, well that makes perfect sense because she's not important, but she had like a good 20 minutes of this movie for her.
Who's the actress?
I can't remember her name. Let's see. Hold on. Hold on.
Yeah, I always like when they're like, hey, let's pick a fucking character that nobody gives a shit about, like some side character, some laughable, like, you know, comic relief character, and make the movie about them.
Yeah. Which luckily they didn't do it so much that it like was really annoying, but they did it enough to where it's like I was starting to think, why? Why are we focusing on this person at all?
Yeah.
And then they were done.
And they're like, okay, you're right. Like they
Okay,
heard
good.
you.
Where is she? Is that her? Maybe? Natasha Rothwell. Yeah, that one. She was main guy's wife's sister in the first one. And she has, like I said, I have no clue if it actually is 20 minutes, but it felt like 20 minutes of her in this movie.
What? Doing what?
Like, just in a wedding. I don't
and
know.
she's still just the sister?
Yeah.
What? So why this character?
I really don't know. I have no clue at all.
There's
It was just one of those random things where the movie was going in a great direction. We knew where we were going as a collective, and then all of a sudden we get this fucking like offshoot of this other character that, sure, she's in the movie, but everybody else is over here doing something. Where the fuck are we watching her for? And then all of a sudden they're like, oh, you're right. Nah.
So none of it ties back
No,
in a meaningful way?
no.
They're just like, let's just spend X amount of time on this person.
Yeah, they were just like, I guess we got to develop her a little bit more if we're going to keep making these. I don't know why, but let's do it.
And somebody was like, she looks developed enough to me.
Oh my
And they're
God.
like, get out of the boardroom, Jerry, you old fuck. You can't talk like that anymore.
You old fuck.
And he's like, you've been asking me to leave the boardroom for 16 years. Too bad it's my bedroom. Yeah. Anyhow,
Fantastic.
sorry.
There's not really a whole lot to say about Sonic after that.
Can I say I love Sonic the Hedgehog?
I do love Sonic. I do love Knuckles, and I love Tails. They were all awesome in that. So good. And Jim Carrey killed it.
Yeah, you love him so much. Why don't you dress up as one of them?
Maybe I will.
Oh, Jim Carrey did good.
Yeah, that was so good. It feels like he actually enjoys doing Eggman.
I mean, he's just a goofball. That's
Yeah.
his fucking specialty. That's why Ace Ventura and fucking the Mask and all that shit were so great, because I think that's what he knows he's good at. And so he lets himself go into that shit. Whereas like the rest of it, he's like trying to do something. Yeah, I don't know. It's just naturally goofy bullshit as Jim Carrey's like fucking shit. That's his stuff.
Right? So yeah, he killed it again. It felt like he had parts of his lines that he was supposed to get to, but a lot of it just felt like he was just riffing, and it worked.
Yeah.
It's hilarious. So hopefully we get a third one with him in it. Who knows?
I heard he retired.
Yeah, me too. I don't.
He's like, alrighty then, I've had enough.
You're way too good at that. So, if you've made it this far, congratulations! We want to know, your opinions on all of the things that we've talked about. If you've smoked weed yet, if you've had like a funny first memory or anything, what's your song of choice?
Oh, or album of choice, or like band of choice, or like voice of choice. Like, do you like listen to murder mystery podcasts where you're like, and it's like then the woman's body was found around the corner, and nobody knows who found it or why.
Some believe her body to be haunted.
Some believe that her body is haunted and being molested by ghosts. No way.
Just another Ghostbusters movie.
No way to tell, really. Ghosts are very sexual in nature.
It's been proven many times.
Ghosts, right? It's a fact. All ghosts rape equal. Ghosts are indiscriminately rape. Just keep making these general. What? I want to see a ghost fucking fight me. Deny it, ghosts, you fucking rapists.
Shit. Well, I hope no ghost shows up to fight you in the middle of the night.
Shit, they would have to sneak up on me, fucking sneaky ass whack ghosts.
Right?
A rapist ass. Sneaky ass.
Fucking ghosts, man. Can't trust them. I feel like I could just see right through their lies.
You could see through their entire body.
Yeah, that was my dad's son.
You can see through the visage, the physical presence.
Really, what I was trying to get to was congratulations for making it to the end, because now we're gonna tell you about May 4th.
Yeah.
We're actually gonna be having Mako and Tron from Nerds Worldwide, the hosts of Detention with Nerds, on with us.
Yeah.
So definitely come hang out with us for that one. And
yeah, we're gonna have guests. It's gonna be tight. It's gonna be super official.
Fuck yeah. I don't know exactly what we're gonna be talking about, but I get the feeling it's gonna be hilarious. See, these guys are pretty funny.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be good.
Yeah. So it's gonna be a whole lot of fun just to talk about something ridiculous. And I mean, it's May the 4th. Maybe we'll talk about Star Wars.
I was thinking about setting up a dunk tank in the basement.
Oh.
Wouldn't that be cool? Just like right here, a dunk tank, and instead of doing the podcast here, we're just dunk tanking.
We're just dunk tanking people. We just cut out a hole in the floor above us.
Yeah, dunk tank.
That's no more podcast. Just watch people eat it in your floor.
And everybody's just like, oh, every time.
This week we have Brad Pitt. Let's see if he avoids the hole. Well, nope, fell right in. He hit his face on the ledge too. That's gonna be a big old bruise.
Yep, that's what I'm talking about. Dunk tank with level 7 games. The level 7 dunk tank.
I was trying to think of a tagline for it, but I got nothing.
Level 7 dunk tank. Get wet. Okay. Anyhow.
So yeah, that'll be a whole lot of fun.
Yeah,
definitely.
we're gonna have a good time. We're not gonna have a dunk tank for that particular podcast. Maybe next time.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean we've got some stuff, some specifics that we want to talk about with those fellers.
Yep. I was gonna say.
Got some announcements.
Almost forgot to say that on that show. Yeah, we are going to be doing some announcements of other upcoming stuff, which is.
So in order to find out about the upcoming stuff, you have to tune into the upcoming stuff.
So you might as well subscribe, comment.
You fucking send me. Find the Nickel Man.
Find the Nickel Man.
Find the Nickel Man.
That son of a bitch keeps avoiding us.
Can't find a Nickel Man. The Eddie Vedder version of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah. And also, thank you for being here. We appreciate you. And until next time.
Don't get hungry.
It's true. Then you're going to have to stop the podcast and start it again.
It's hard not to get hungry. You gotta really be ahead of it.
That's true.
You gotta really be ahead of it.
And on that note, official sign off.
Official sign off.